All right, it's Saturday, end of week 3. Headed to the track today for an interval workout, 6 by 400 meters. But first, let's get a haircut. All right, let's go.
Wake up, Daddy son.
You fight like a younger man. There's nothing held back. It's admirable, but mistaken.
I'm your huckleberry.
That is a hell of a thing for you to say to me.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
You're very impressed with yourself, aren't you? I have my moments.
Come with me if you want to live.
All right, we made it to the track. So today, we got an interval workout, 6 by 400 meters. Sorry, it is a little windy today, so apologize if the wind. But the video today, I'm going to break down why these workouts are so important. I'm going to tell you step by step exactly how to do an interval workout, why you do an interval workout, what the positives are, and some common mistakes, things to avoid. We're going to go over all that while I get this workout in, 6 by 400 meters on the track. But first, just like always, going out for the warm-up jog. I'll see you when I get back. All right, still have about half a mile to go, but in an effort to try to get done before the skies open up and I get drenched, let's start trying to multitask a little bit. So first things first, why intervals? Well, there's a couple different reasons. Number one, like I said last week, intervals make you fast. Now, if you've just started to run, you may be able to get noticeably faster just by continuing to run, i.e. your regular old 3-mile loop around the neighborhood, right? It's the same way if you had never bench pressed before. I show you how to bench press. You may be able to increase your bench press by 50%. Just by sheer repetition that comes with practice, your CNS system getting used to that movement and so forth. So, but if you're a regular runner and you have already had those adaptations, there's only one way really to get faster, and that's to train at fast speed, intervals. So that's number one. Intervals make you fast. Number two, lactate threshold. Okay? If you be able to sustain a high speed effort for a long period of time, you've got to move what's called your lactate threshold. Hold on, I gotta cross the road here. So, in order to do that, we've got to train ourselves at higher paces and train to be able to hold those paces for longer durations. That's why in week 1, I did this interval workout at 200 meters. At week 2, we did 300 meters. And here at week 4, or week 3, we're doing 400 meters. Nice, simple, easy progression, but that progression pushes out that lactate threshold, okay? So we said it makes you faster, it increases your lactate threshold, and number 3, it increases your VO2 max. Now, this is something that, we'll walk for a little bit. This is something that I've actually really been working hard on. There's a lot of research that shows a correlation between longevity, i.e. how long you're gonna live, and how long you're gonna outlast what they call all-cause mortality. And there's a correlation between that and your VO2 max. So if your VO2 max gets down to a certain point, I don't know what that is, say 10 to 15, that's a danger zone. It's a danger zone in which, like, you can't get up out of a chair to walk to the kitchen, right? So that's the kind of area which, when you get older, you're gonna need to go into a nursing home. The hell with that. That's not for me. So in an effort to try to push that off, what you wanna do is get your VO2 max as high as you possibly can get it, right? So I'm a 45-year-old guy. What I'm shooting for is a VO2 max of like 60 or above, which 60 or above would be excellent for a 25-year-old guy. But if I can get that VO2 max all the way up to 60, then once I reach, I don't know, what kind of an age? Say, once I get to 55, 60 years old, the deterioration that's gonna happen naturally by age is still gonna put me way above where a normal person would be. So you're kind of pushing that point at which you would need to be in some kind of a retirement home or something like that because you couldn't get up out of a chair or do things on your own. You're pushing that way out into the future, further than your peers. That's the goal. Anyway, intervals, check the box for increasing VO2 max. And I've got proof of that. In the past 3 weeks, since I've been doing this, I went from my VO2 max averaging somewhere down around 47 to consistently being up over 50. It's a gradual, steady climb. I'm not sure that I thought I could ever get back to 50, but now I'm kind of questioning whether it's possible for me to maybe even get to 60. I might be able to get there. Hell, if I ain't gonna try. But you can see it right here. See the graph? That's from my Apple Watch. If you've got an Apple Watch, it tracks this measurement. And it may not be the most accurate thing you've ever seen. It may not be as accurate as a VO2 max you'd get if you went to some kind of a lab, right? But it's consistent. It measures it the same way all the time, and you wear it all the time. So as long as that number's trending up, you can bet your ass your VO2 max is trending up. Intervals, baby, intervals. So they make you faster. They increase your lactate threshold. And they increase your VO2 max. Okay? All 100% awesome reasons to get your ass out onto the track or around the neighborhood and do some interval training. All right, let's finish up this warm-up run. All right, we made it to the track. So next up, let's talk about 2 things. Number 1, what are intervals? That's real simple. Intervals are just short spurts of hard activity. You've heard of HIIT training, high intensity interval training, right? That could be, people do HIIT classes all the time. CrossFit's kind of a HIIT type of a workout, although not specifically because they do longer stuff too. But, it's anything where you do something really fast, really hard, then you take a little break. Then you do something really fast, really hard, and you take a little break. So as far as a track interval is concerned, we're gonna do an interval, and then we're gonna take a rest period, an interval, a rest period, interval, a rest period. You can do all the same length intervals, right? So I've been doing 200s and 300s. Today we're doing 400s. Or you can do like a pyramid, right? You could do 200, 400, 800, 16, and then you can come back down the other side, 8, 4, 2. All kinds of different ways to do it, all different ways to try to get that in. So you're going to do that first. So that's what it is. Next up, let's talk about how we're going to go about it. So the same as we did previous 2 or 3 weeks, we did this week, right? We start out with a 2.5 mile warm-up jog. So went out, ran around 2.5 miles, got that in. So you definitely want to warm up. Warming up is number one. Got to get a warm-up in. After we warm up, I get back out here on the track. I get down off my feet, which I'm going to do here in just a second. And we're going to get a little bit of stretching in, all right? I just do light stretching, maybe for 5 minutes. Just enough to kind of loosen up. Then I'm going to do some kind of plyometric type stuff. I'm going to run down the track. I'm going to do some high knees, some kick butts, back and forth. Again, just getting my body used to the stress of where those your body's going to be as you're doing these intervals. And then last, I do a couple strides, just real quick out, and real quick back. So. And then after all that done, there's nothing left to do but get the workout in. So, real hard interval. Then we do a rest. Today we're doing 1 minute recoveries. Hard interval, 1 minute recovery, hard interval recovery. And then after, I usually do like a 1 mile cool down. So, that's what intervals are. That's how we do it. Now it's time to get after it. All right, welcome to the kitchen, everybody. I had what I thought was going to be great footage of my intervals, but it got very windy. And right after I started running, the wind tipped the camera over. So I've got, 15 minutes of footage shooting straight up at the sky, which does me absolutely no good, but whatever. But the wind had gotten pretty good and strong, so I figured I'd finish here at home, getting ready to make a protein shake to kind of help the recovery along a little bit. Let's finish up by talking about some tips to make these intervals the best workouts that you can get to go through all those things that we talked about before. And then we're going to move over and talk about some common mistakes. Okay, so number one, some tips. First, listen to your body. I'm going to get some milk. Be right back. Listen to your body. So, you. I know me. Especially if you've been working out, running a while, you can kind of feel when things are kind of getting ready to go off the rails. So, these workouts are designed to push your limit, right? That's why we're doing them. We're trying to increase that lactate threshold. We're trying to increase that VO2 max. We're trying to increase the speed. So there's a lot of push, but we got to be ready for that. If you feel like you're not ready for that hard effort, don't put yourself in a bad position by trying to go after it. Okay, so that's number one. Make sure you listen to your body and you know what's going on. Number two, make sure to stay hydrated. I had a shaker bottle with me. It just had some water and Gatorade in it. Make sure you're drinking water beforehand. Make sure you're drinking water after. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Hydration is very, very important. You want a lot of water and hydration so that you stay nice and limber and loose. Although that hydration helps all those things so that you're less likely to pull something, strain something. Again, these are hard efforts. They're meant to be hard efforts. I don't know how old you are. I'm 45. The body doesn't respond like it did when I was 25. And it's very easy when I start sprinting out on a 200-meter repeat to feel something immediately. And you're like, whoa, that was a little too hard. Most of the time, it's because I'm either not hydrated or not warmed up. Okay, so be careful. Listen to your body. Stay hydrated. Last, third tip. Consistency. Listen, the only way this works is if we keep at it, right? If I'm just throwing an interval workout into my week and then I forget about it and I don't do another interval workout for 6 months, you're not going to see your VO2 max go up. You're not going to see an increase in your lactate threshold. You're not going to get any faster, okay? This all builds off of consistency. Like I've been saying, block over block over block over block. It's important to stick to the plan. Okay? So those are my 3 tips. Listen to your body, stay hydrated, stay consistent. Okay? Now that we've gotten through those, I'm forgetting what I'm doing here with the shake. Anyway, that's 2 scoops of whey. We'll fill it up with 14 ounces of protein. A real nice, good shake. So 3 common mistakes that you need to avoid. Number 1, under no circumstances should you skip your warm-up or your cool-down. Okay? Common mistake. I don't care who you are or how good you are or what you think's going on or how limited you are on time. If you can't get there in enough time to do a good warm-up, a solid cool down, and the workout, you need to move it to another day. Okay, those 3 pieces are three pieces you got to have to the workout. Otherwise, it's not going to do what you need it to do. Okay, so mistake number 1: skipping your warm up or your cool down. Mistake number 2: inconsistent effort. Listen, today I'm going to be honest. I wasn't really feeling it. And one of the reasons I wasn't really feeling it was because the wife talked me into going out for lunch beforehand and I had a couple beers. Probably not the wisest idea. But the whole point of this interval workout is to get there and put in the best effort you've got, right? It's not an easy run. So as long as you're going to get out there, you might as well get after it, okay? Get after it. Put the effort in. Be consistent. Don't run a couple nice fast ones. Then, okay, that's enough. I'm going to do the last 4 just nice and easy. No. Finish the workout. Do it the way it's supposed to be done. Consistent, hard effort. Okay? You've warmed up. Consistent, hard effort. You cool down. So, first common mistake, skipping your warm up and cool down. Second common mistake, inconsistent effort. And last common mistake, I can't say this enough. Do not skip your recovery. Okay? It's the easiest way to completely tank everything you've just done. You just went out, you put in a good, hard workout. You gave it your all. You busted your ass. Okay? The only way to get back what you've put in is to recover. So come home. Have yourself a shake. Get some rest. And recover. And make sure you're fully recovered before you go through another hard effort. And you know what? That doesn't just go for right after the workout. It goes for right before the workout too. You shouldn't go for a hard effort and then come over the next day, like run a tempo run on Friday, and then Saturday you've got a hard interval workout. That's not going to work out well. The day before, you should either have a nice, easy run, or Take the day off completely. That's what I've been doing the past couple weeks, okay? So don't skip your warm-up cool down. Make sure you have consistent efforts. Don't neglect your recovery. Those are the 3 common mistakes. So that's it. Hope all this information about what an interval workout is, what it does for you, how to do it. I also gave you some tips, some common mistakes. I hope all this is helpful. If it is, please like, subscribe, and click that notification bell. I'm really trying to double my subscribers, which I'm gonna be honest, isn't a whole lot. I'm just starting out. It's gonna be 50 by the end of next month. Really like to get there. You can help me. Click the button. And I'd really appreciate it. Other than that, I hope you guys have a great week, a great weekend, and I'll see you tomorrow for the long run.